the cheap and trying to figure it out. Today we're going to talk about looking back at 2017 and seeing how life kind of went. This was a group effort put out, and I didn't even see the group to find out what was going on. So I will link down below the other collaborators that did this. I know they won't link me, and that's fine. That's what happens when you join late, right? So number one, my most challenging achievement of 2017. I would say getting rid of credit card debt. We had over $40,000, 42 maybe, of just credit card debt. And that was our biggest challenge, was to wipe that out. And we did in October, I think it was October. And let me tell you, it's been such a relief, actually, to let people know, tell people we're completely credit card debt free. Not debt free, credit card debt free. And it's such a relief off my shoulders, I have to say. It was hard, and we're still on the same path, and we're still following the same rules that we followed before, because we still have one more loan to get rid of, and a line of credit. It is a line of credit, and it's at another $36,000 right now. It started off at $40,000, so we've already paid off a little bit there, and we hope to get that paid off by the end of the year. Actually, I'd like to see it done by September, if at all possible. But yeah, so that was last year's biggest or most challenge. Two, if I could do it over, what would I change? My eating out habit. I have a huge addiction to eating out. I love eating out. I love it so much. It's ridiculous, actually. At any time, if somebody says, you want to go out? I would say yes. At any time, if somebody says, you want to go out? Did I mention I would say yes? I wouldn't even, think about it. Wouldn't even bat an eye. Throughout all of last year, we started in January with no eating out, to going February eating out once a month, to eventually making a budget of eating out every week, but cheaper places. So when we did the once a month, we were spending $120 a month for a family of 4 or 3, depending on my adult daughter, if she was around or not. And that would be our budget, and we would pick fancy, nice restaurants. But then when we started eating out every week, we were eating at McDonald's, A&W, faux restaurants, which is great because they're cheap as heck. But we still only spent $120 a month, but the quality of the food was different, and the experience was different. I really enjoyed going to nicer restaurants and making it a special event once a month, and I think we might have to turn back to that. This month we're not eating out because we already did for my youngest daughter's birthday. That was her gift for her, so we'll have to see how February plays out. The problem with January, February, March is it's somebody's birthday in this house. So January is my youngest, February is my husband, and March is my oldest. So we'll have to see how the eating out budget plays out for this year. My youngest, though, her resolution for this year, or her goal, is to not eat at McDonald's again and go another 6 years without eating any McDonald's. And I said that was a great challenge, and so she's holding me to it, and I'm holding her to it. And so far, so good for, what are we, week 3? So one day at a time, I say, one day at a time. So that's one thing I would change. The other thing I would change is, for my own personal benefit, is stop running. Last year we had the worst air pollution I've ever seen in my entire life. There was wildfires up north in BC, and in the last few years we've had wildfires, but this was the worst one by far. And because of the way the winds blew, it brought down all the polluted air, and there was air quality warnings for anybody with breathing problems, seniors, children, etc. Of course, with my cystic fibrosis, I couldn't go outside, or if I did, to spend very little time outside. And the people that I had been running with had said that, running outdoors is so much better than running on a treadmill, because the treadmill does all the work for you. So I just stopped running, and I have to say that probably was the total wrong thing to do. If you're a runner at all, or if you're starting to run, or a jogger, whatever you might be, do not stop, because it's like starting completely all over again as if you had never run before. I was talking to somebody last weekend, and she had injured her elbow. She broke her elbows in September, and she's only getting back into exercise now. But she didn't keep up her running at all because she had a fear of falling again, because what happened was she fell and she snapped her elbows, both elbows. And she's now she signed up for a 5K, so she's training for it, but she's terrified because she hasn't run in months, and it's like starting all over again, completely brand new. She says she could barely run for 1 minute. So I know the feeling. I've done the exact same thing. So if you're out there and you're thinking about exercising, don't stop. If you have to adjust what you're doing, adjust. Do a treadmill or run on the spot or go swimming in an indoor pool. I did none of these things, and that's my own fault. Number 3, in 2018, what will I do differently to achieve my goals? That is a good one, and I didn't even write down an answer because I don't know. We achieved our goal of paying off the credit cards. So the budget rules, I would say, I wouldn't say the budget itself, but the budget rules are staying the same. Our rules for getting out of debt are staying the same because we did so well last year. We want to replicate that. Our health, our other goals, I would say we're not stopping. I am going to do a 10K race. And when I say it's a race, I'm not racing against other people. I'm racing against my own time. I'm going to be walking it, not running, just because my lungs are in such terrible shape. So I am training to walk a 10K in April, and I am not going to stop walking just because the weather's bad or rainy or cold. I will use the treadmill. So that is one thing that I will be doing differently. I also plan on doing more freezer meals because I quite enjoy just pulling something out of the freezer. Lots of times we buy frozen pizzas just because they're so handy to pull out and throw in the oven on days that you feel like doing nothing. Like on a Friday, your week has been so busy, so hard all week that you just feel like doing nothing and you don't want to cook a big meal. So, I can still cook a big meal, but this will be a freezer meal where I just take it out of the freezer and throw it in the oven. So that's one thing I would like to change for 2018. Number 4, name 4 YouTube channels that inspire me the most. I would say number 1 is Wendy Valencia. I love her antics and I love the things she does, and I even love her mistakes because she airs it all out, which is just totally awesome. She's American, and I try to kind of veer towards Canadians, but there's not that many that say they're Canadian, so it's kind of difficult for me to know, or it's not in their name or anything, so unless somebody else tells me, I find that's kind of difficult. That brings me to A Decade to Freedom. They paid off all their debt, I think it was last summer, which is awesome for them. Woohoo! So now they're on their expanding their emergency fund. And they're Canadian, and I love them. And they do a lot of different videos, more of a lifestyle videos. So a lot of reviews on products and things, and I just absolutely love it. I also love it when Jane has her kids in it because I think they're just a hilarious family. The other one I like is Debt Free Dana. Her information is excellent. She's got really, really good information. I don't know where she is in her savings plans or financial plans or anything like that, but I do love her information. Most recently, I just saw her vegan anniversary. I didn't even know she was vegan. I had no idea. I've been watching her videos for a few months, and I knew she did a potato diet for a while, but I had no idea what was vegan, so I thought that was really awesome. So yeah, I like her a lot. And also, last but not least, Budget Girl. Budget Girl is quite a bit younger than I am, still single, or living alone, I shouldn't say single, but living the solo life, not married with kids, as I am. And I find she's just so inspiring. I wish I knew the things I knew at her age, or doing what she's been doing at her age. She is debt-free, and you gotta watch her debt-free video because it is so, so inspiring. So those are my 4 YouTube videos, or YouTubers that I follow and that inspire me. I would love to know who inspires you. Listen down below. Maybe I'll start watching them. Who knows? Thanks for watching. Don't forget that you can subscribe right here by hitting on that little piggy, and also YouTube will select this video just for you to watch, and here's a playlist that you can watch of mine as well. We will talk to you soon.